What was your reaction, Kinley?
She was like, please don't kill me. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask us a bunch of questions. Needless to say, there are a ton of questions that we're going to go through and answer for you. We're currently sitting in the back of a Target parking lot. We thought Kinley would be asleep by now, but she's not, and she's wide awake in the back. Oh, it just like sizzled. Okay, first question. Will you guys ever have another child? Obviously.
Yeah, when we're ready.
I want 3 kids, maybe 4 eventually. You don't want that many?
You've never told me 4.
Well, it recently switched to 4, like probably like a month ago.
I do not want 4. 4 is too many.
How many do you want?
3 maximum.
Okay, so 4. We'll compromise and just do 4.
No.
Would you do it all over again? I think so.
I wouldn't. If we did it over again, we'd do it a lot smarter, and that's just not fun. We were put in the same situation. I don't want to like try to do it better or different or whatever. I like kind of where we came from and where we're at now.
This one doesn't really make sense. It says, how about your career? You'll spend the most important years of that with a child. We're both currently still like working towards a career right now. I wouldn't say you're in school, but I'm working at the hospital. I just got this job at the hospital actually, but that's like a good step forward to what I want to do. Did your mom know you were active? My mom knew I was active. I literally told her the night that we did anything. I was like, I need to get on birth control. Obviously birth control didn't do anything because I ended up getting off it and getting pregnant. What about your mom?
She didn't know about you until we found out you were pregnant.
His mom did not know about me until we had been dating for over a year. We're not gonna get too deep into that because...
Off limit, no comments.
Yes. How long did it take you to fully accept the fact that you were about to be a mom? So we can say about to be a dad too.
I'm still adjusting to being a mom. No, but I'm still adjusting to being a dad every day. I personally don't think you adjust.
I don't think you ever stop.
It's not like every day's the same. It's every day's changing. So you're always adjusting. It's been a reality check.
Yeah, it has.
Like I went from just like doing whatever I want, kind of basically being a bum, to now I have to wake up early. That's
I think that I adjusted pretty well and pretty fast, honestly, but I think that's with all moms because when people say like the mom instinct, like that's actually a thing. And I don't think you understand that that's a thing until you become a mom. Someone said, I think I'm pregnant. I'm turning 17 in June. I don't know what to do or where to start. Do you have any advice for her?
Well, I'll tell you right now, you're not supposed to know what to do.
Even at like 30, like
you don't know what to do.
No.
Everyone just kind of figures it out. You got some time. You don't have to figure it all out right now. If you try to figure it all out right now, you're going to overwhelm yourself. You're not going to get anything done. Just take it day by day, figure it out, reach out to people who've dealt with it before.
I go through the state, so I get help from the state through WIC. I definitely would recommend doing that if you're able to.
Take advantage of it. You pay for it. Just like take advantage of that stuff. It helped me and Grace when we were in a pinch a lot. Like, I can't remember the last time I had to buy milk.
We got free milk. We also got free formula until she was 12 months old. If you had a baby in 2022, you were there for the whole formula shortage. That was absolute hell. Like, that was so bad. We couldn't find formula, and she was on a special formula, like the Gentle Ease stuff, so the Similac, I forget what it's called, but the Enfamil Gentle Ease, and that was sold out every single time we went. There would genuinely be times where we would spend like an hour or two just driving around to all the different grocery stores in my area, and we would literally come home with 2 cans of formula.
And I remember one time, I think I dropped like almost $150 on formula. Yeah. I looked at it, I was like, this isn't that much. So just take advantage of those
Any
benefits.
benefits you get, use them. What were your parents' reactions and opinions? My parents, honestly, were both just shocked. My dad was very like, I honestly think we went a couple days without saying anything to each other because he was just like, everybody was in shock.
Like, and it wasn't even like we were angry at each other or anything. It was purely we just were
like, it was just
at a blank.
Keep in mind, I found out I was pregnant 3 weeks after I turned 17. So this was all like, it was a lot. My dad's first reaction, I told him at work, which I don't recommend doing, but he just like, I told him in my car, he got out of the car, he shut the door and he just walked away. His reaction wasn't anything special. My mom's reaction wasn't anything special. I told her at 7 o'clock in the morning. I woke her up and I was bawling my ass out. You told your dad and your sister that night. What was your mom's reaction?
She was like, okay. Yeah, there was nothing really crazy about all of them, just because it was like all of them were in pure shock.
I don't want to say our parents were okay with it, but I think that they were, I mean, this is just me saying this, but I feel like they were a little bit relieved that we had at least been together for a bit, because we had been together for over a year at this point, and it wasn't like a little fling fling type of thing. What's your favorite thing to do with Kinley?
It's gotta be something related to being outside.
I love taking her to the park, and when she goes on the slides by herself, she seems so happy and like proud of herself, and it's honestly so cute.
I think when I'm like, when she's on my shoulders and like I'm running around and she's giggling and stuff.
Were you scared to become a mom? So were you scared to become a dad?
I feel like if we were more prepared and actually like trying for a baby, at least mentally had it in our heads, I'd be excited about it. But I was horrified at the beginning just because I was like nowhere near in a position to be a dad.
He was also 1,000 miles away from me.
Yeah.
He was living in Florida and I was living in Pennsylvania. I mean, I don't want to say I was scared. Well, I definitely was scared. I was definitely more scared than I was excited for a bit. But I think after like the whole like coming to terms with it, I was more excited than scared. Why are you parking next to us? We parked in the very back corner of Target and someone just had to pull up next to us.
She looks like edit this out. She looks like a bitch too.
What is the age of your baby now? She is almost 19 months.
She'll be 19 months on the 2nd.
When do you plan on having another baby?
You want one like now.
So I want an age gap to be like 4 years max, and Kinley's 1.5 years right now. So that means I'd have to get pregnant within the next like 1.5 years. So I say around that time frame is when I would want another baby. Not saying I would be ready for a baby. That's just what I would want, another baby.
It all depends if we're ready or not.
Did you stay in school? I transferred to online, but I did stay in school all throughout and I didn't take any breaks. I literally gave birth on a school day.
I was in EMT school.
Oh, I guess you were.
I had one of my exams like 2 days later, 3 days later. It was like the day after I got back.
Okay, well my camera's overheating and it's about to die, so let's see how far I get. Did your parents support you? I feel like we kind of already covered this. In the end, everyone was very supportive.
It just took some time to adjust and everything was figured out, but now everyone is very supportive.
I feel like my parents didn't, I don't want to say my parents didn't have a choice, but I still live with my parents, so it was either they were supportive or they weren't gonna hear from me. Again, like just to say it how it is. But everyone is very supportive now, which I feel like is all that matters. How did it affect you financially?
I've never had like a lot of money. There have been times where I've been comfortable. Like going back to the whole like taking advantage of the benefits and stuff like that, that saved us. It's put more of a dent, more of a damper on it. And it also helps you realize like you don't need to be going out and doing all these things to have fun. You could have fun changing a blowout diaper.
Says no one ever. I kind of agree. I've never had like a lot of money, but I will say having a baby definitely makes you have a lot less money than you think you have. Because it's like you'll be so comfortable, you'll get your paycheck and you're like, oh, I have X amount of money right now, but then it's like, oh, okay, well she just ran out of diapers, we need to go get milk, she needs more snacks, oh, we have to take her to the doctor's. It's just a bunch of little things that hit you when you're not expecting them to. How did it work with school and studying with the newborn? Well, you were in Florida finishing up when she was a newborn.
And now I'm dealing with it, not with the newborn, but with the toddler, going through work and stuff like that. Does that have an effect on me, like from your perspective?
I feel like it's made you a lot more stressed out. See, here's my thing. I'm by myself during the week and then he gets here Thursday night. He's here until Sunday night. So I feel like when he's here, I'm like, here's Kinley, you do that. I'm gonna get all the stuff that I need to get done while you're here so he can get all the stuff that he needs to get done during the week when I'm with Kinley. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like it's very like flip-flop schedule. I basically just let all my teachers know that I was pregnant, so they kind of cut me a little bit of slack, and then once I had the baby, they cut me a lot of slack. Do you have any thoughts and worries about showing your kid on social media?
Both of us did.
I stopped showing Kinley for a little bit, and then I don't know what it was, but I am so obsessed with her, and I felt like not showing her was like not showing a part of me. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense, but when she grows up, if she does not want to be shown, I'm not going to show her. Were you confident when I was pregnant that we'd know how to take care of the baby?
I was confident that we would figure it out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have an option.
I'm kind of the same way. I feel like any parent, you're not confident in yourself until you get in that group and you figure everything out. At what age did we have Kinley? So I was 17 and you were 19 when we had her. How did you get over the fear of potentially not being enough for your family financially and emotionally?
This is gonna sound stupid, but you kind of just suck it up. So if you keep worrying about it and you're not gonna fix it or you're not gonna get over it.
I feel like for me, the main thing that like made me get over any of that, and this is gonna sound so stupid, but as your baby gets older, they need you more and more and more.
You think the baby needs you like a lot when they're a lot younger? I think it's the opposite. They eat, sleep, and poop. And now she eats, sleeps, poops, and cusses. So it's different.
As she needed me more and more and more, it started to show, which made me feel more important, you know what I mean? Like, in a way, her needs helped me out. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. What did the father say? How did it go when you told him the news? This is a you question.
We found out at the same time. You started laughing.
I started laughing and you got out of the car and started crying.
I was just like, I don't know what to do. But it took me like a solid 3 weeks to wrap my head around it. And I was like,
We
okay.
barely talked.
Which is weird to say. Once I wrapped my head around it, I was like, okay, it's happening.
Does being a mom now make you love and appreciate your mom even more? I think so. There were so many things that my mom would say or do and I would get mad at her for it, but it's like now being a mom, I understand why she's as protective as she is and why she says and does the things that she does and like why she gets angry at certain things. Like I 100% get it now.
I understand it. I've started to pick up more on that stuff, like consciously and subconsciously. I'll start to be like more, I guess, parenty.
Good explanation. You go to Temple University. I know I'm literally wearing a Temple sweatshirt right now, but no, I don't even go to college. Neither of us like actually genuinely went to college.
We're gonna get some comments about that.
Yeah. How old are you? I am 19 now.
21, baby.
How do you pay medical bills? We don't. Like I said earlier, we did have state insurance for Kinley, so all of that, the state literally covers it. So we didn't have to pay a single thing for whenever Kinley goes in for doctor's appointments or when she was like in the hospital with COVID and RSV. We didn't have to pay for any of that. My birth was, for the most part, covered by my mom's insurance because I was a minor. Other than that, like, we don't really have medical bills that need to be paid. Thank God. Like, I'm actually so genuinely thankful for that. I don't want to sound ungrateful. Are you still with the dad?
No.
No.
Not here. I'm a ghost.
Okay, are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
How have your morals become so low and disgusting, so gross? Good luck in the world.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the good luck.
Right?
Yeah.
That was
I don't
sweet.
know. One thing I can always go back to is that even though my morals are so low, yours are lower because you're commenting on these videos and just kind of giving us more publicity.
Amen. Did you know straight away that you were going to keep her when you found out? No.
No, we weren't sure. We just didn't know.
I think I always knew that I wanted to keep her. Just to say it how it is, not everybody agreed with what I agreed with, which kind of got in my head a little bit. So I literally had an appointment scheduled, and then the night before that appointment, I was like, I can't go through with it. And I told you that too.
Yeah.
Does breast milk taste good? He never tried my breast milk. I tried it, and it was awful. It was so like bitter. It was
You told me it was bitter and you're like, try it. Like, no.
It was the meconium, is that what it's called? It was like the yellow stuff. Like it was really I actually think I still have a little bit if you want to try it.
Really?
Those were all the questions that we had for you guys. I appreciate you asking all of them. If you have any more questions, comment them down below and maybe we can make a part 2. If you're down for it. He's grumpy. He probably won't want to make a part 2.
No, I'm down for another part 2.
But we both love you all so much, right?
Yeah.
Be genuine.
No, it's because there's other people and you're gonna get angry. After you turn the camera off, you're gonna be like, you told someone else that you love them.
We love you guys all so much and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm not doing that.